Moxie.
Welcome to the second episode of Moxie TV Talks. We are here today with the most amazing guest. It is Susan Plante. Hello, Susan. Welcome to Moxie TV Talks.
I am so excited to be here.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you being
for
part of this.
having me.
What
I feel very important.
You are very important. I've had such a wonderful group of guests so far.
Yes.
I think you know our last guest.
I think I've heard of her before.
So first, welcome. Thank you so much. And please tell us all of your active projects you have in Charlotte or anywhere.
Yeah. Obviously the main one is Faye. I play guitar and sing in Faye. I play keys and do some backup vocals in quad. Keys and synths. I have to say, I have to include synths.
Oh yeah.
Synths are new. That's a new thing for me. And this is not like out yet, but I am working on some solo stuff. And I just helped Evan with a lot he is going to be coming out, my husband, Evan, he's going to be coming out with a solo album that I did a lot of work with him on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you going to do that live?
I doubt it. He doesn't want to.
No.
He's one of those like creator just to create type of people.
Studio.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm the one that likes to be, I like the interaction with
the
an audience. Stage. Yeah.
You like that
I
energy.
like performance. Yeah. Yeah.
I go back and forth.
Recording can be really tedious, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's scarier.
I'm a perfectionist, so it takes a while.
You're a perfectionist?
I'm such a perfectionist.
I believe that after hearing that Faye record. I love Faye. I'm a huge fan of Faye.
I'm a huge fan of Modern Moxie.
I remember when I didn't even know you guys, and I was just stalking all of your social media accounts.
I remember our first show together.
What was the name of that place? It had a different name.
It did.
I can see it in my head.
I can too. And it was just you and Harry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were just a duo. I don't know.
Wow, that's great.
Harry, do you remember?
Great content.
Let's talk to someone not on the screen. God, I didn't know where it... We'll add that later. I'll think of it, and I'll add it right here.
Right here. Look right here. That's where it is. Anyway.
All right. Well, love everything that you do, first of all. So let's get into songwriting.
Yes.
A deeply personal process. Can you share any insights into your creative rituals or habits when you're writing music? Anything about your songwriting process?
Usually, stuff just kind of hits me when I least expect it. Like, I think it was like that Tom Waits quote or something where like he said something about how you'll be just doing something and a lyric or a melody or something will just come into you, and it's like you almost feel like you have to capture it right then, because if you don't capture it right then, it's just gonna drift off into the next person. And I love that idea. So I have a lot of what sounds like crazy person voice memos in my phone. Especially while driving, you can hear the windshield wipers or something. So a lot of times it starts out with that. I think I'm more of a melody first, lyrics later kind of person. I like to play with words and how they, not just like the end rhymes, but how the words feel when you sing them, and like how the shape of words and stuff.
The sound.
Yeah. I've honestly been kind of just coming out of a creative rut, which I feel like a lot of people had over the pandemic. I don't know.
It's up and down. No one's always up here. You gotta wave through it.
Yeah. So I'm just getting back into it, and just getting back into just honestly just like sitting with a guitar, sitting at the piano, and just playing just to play a lot of times.
You can't rush it.
No.
You just have to let it happen.
I've never
I've
never been the type to just sit down and be like, okay, I'm going to write a song.
I don't think I've ever done that one time in my life.
Like, and then you have the rare occasion where the melody and the lyrics come to you like all at once. Ancient Bones was that way. That whole thing, And that was on the first EP. That whole thing just came to me while sitting on the couch.
How long?
That one,
time period?
That one took like an hour or two for it all to come together. And I feel like that was one of the first songs I brought to Faye for us to work on. And it's
a great song.
Thank you. It was nerve-wracking. It was a song about my dog who had died recently. And it was just like, I don't know, that first time I think you get better with it, especially when Sarah and I have been playing together, gosh, coming up on 10 years, I think. I'd have to do the math.
What a partnership.
I know. Honestly, yeah. But when you share music with someone, to me, it's like the most intimate thing, and it's really scary to be like, I wrote this song. And it's like, here's my heart.
Yeah.
Now tell me how you feel about it.
I'll be like, you hate it, don't you?
Oh, totally.
You hate it. I can tell.
I always need like a smidge of criticism with the niceness to make me believe you. Otherwise, I'm gonna be like, you're blowing smoke up my.
How do you like everything that I make all the time? Yeah. That's how I feel.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's quite the process. Writing songs, but I love every song that you write.
Thank you.
And I was curious about how that you did that. So it sounds like we have a lot in common with our songwriting process.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Yeah. I've been trying to change it up.
Really?
It's almost impossible to like try to mess with it, you know? It just sort of does what it does.
It's tough because like I feel like you have this need to, not you, anyway, as an artist, as a creative person, you're like, well, it's not like I need to keep creating for the masses, but it's like this internal thing inside you that's like, feed me some more.
Yeah.
Nice little weird reference there.
The song monster.
The song monster, right. Everyone has a song monster, right? But there's like, I have to feed this little creative black hole in my stomach to keep me happy. And like sometimes you try and like switch it up and stuff, but I've been trying to be better at just relaxing and being more into just
I love that.
Play. I don't know.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
Next question. That was a wonderful answer.
Thanks.
If you could give one piece of advice to aspiring musicians in Charlotte, what would it be? So, advice to someone trying to get into music or thinking about getting into music.
Don't listen to me.
I don't know about that. I think you would give great advice.
Just that. Like, I don't know. It depends. I guess it really depends on what you want out of it. For me, I started to go down a path for a while with Faye where I just would beat myself up if the show didn't feel good or just hyper criticize every aspect. And it's the perfectionist part of me. And Sarah, who's extremely wise, said like, we just need to have fun up there. And if we have fun up there, everyone will have fun. And that to me was just like,
great
the
advice.
Best advice. Because think about how many times you've seen a band that is like everything is just perfect, but they're just up there. And not even a band. It could just be a musician. Everything is like perfect, but that's it. There's no like interaction.
Realness.
And that's not why I don't think people go to live music just to see like a perfect, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope not.
I like to see a band having fun or a person having fun and enjoying themselves and just like having that joy pour out of them. It's infectious.
Yeah.
So
there's a difference.
There is a huge difference.
I enjoy when people mess up.
I do
personally.
Too. I do too.
Well, for my own self.
Especially like it makes it a memorable performance. If it's perfect, it's less of a memorable performance. But if you're there to see someone when they're just like, nope, that's not right. Let's start over. And they're able to just like laugh it off and just
or
have
how
fun with it.
How they deal with it.
Yeah.
To see how they manage it.
Yeah.
Like, it's always super smooth, you know, like
Exactly.
I just love how it's done.
There are the ones that like just make it seem like they did this jazzy little thing, and I don't know how they do that because I'm just gonna be like, meh, meh, done.
I'll just smile or like giggle.
Yeah,
you know, I have to do something.
Yeah,
to let everyone know that I've messed up.
I don't think I answered your question at all.
I think you did. Yeah, you did.
I just
You definitely did.
just
Advice,
like have fun.
have fun. Don't be too hard on yourself. That's
No, being creative is playing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's playing, and you can be creative and be playing or working through emotions. Working through your own grief or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But do it for you,
and not for.
Don't do it for. Yeah. That's where it's really, and it's hard. I think everyone. I don't know. I'd like to think everyone struggles with this. Like, you try and determine what the public wants, and that's. You're never going to win that battle.
Who knows what they want?
They don't know. No one knows.
Bowie said something about that also.
Really?
Yeah. A similar quote.
Amazing.
Normally I have a Bowie prayer candle up here.
You have a Bowie
forgot
kitty.
Something. And a Bowie kitty. I don't know where
I haven't
Bowie
seen
kitty
any
is.
of the kitties.
They're sleeping.
They're not in this professional studio, too.
They're stagehands. So
yeah.
They hold the microphones.
Aw.
You can't see that, though.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. The music industry can be a bit demanding. How do you maintain a healthy work-life balance while pursuing music?
I don't.
She doesn't.
I don't. I just quit my corporate job.
Let's give her a round of applause.
Yay. It's hard.
We're here for that. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's hard. I don't know how people do it in a healthy way, especially if you have a job that is like the 9 to 5, every day kind of corporate type career.
The grind.
It is, and it's hard to keep your creative brain going when you just get home from a long day of work and you're like, I just want to veg, You
don't have the capacity.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It can be done.
It can be done, and I see people do it successfully, and I have done it for a long time.
I was about to say. You've been doing it.
I have, and I guess I had that cute little thing called burnout, so I stopped doing it. But
you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, it's a lot of juggling, I think. I think it's really hard. It's really hard for, honestly, any type of industry of work. It's just, it is tough to juggle, and it's a bummer how much
I know
art and creativity is so low on the totem pole of our cute little society.
Don't you like to dream of a world where it's at the top?
Man, I recently learned, please don't fact check me on this.
We won't. We don't do that here.
I've learned from the internet, and the internet never lies, that I believe Japanese culture, at least way back when, the hierarchy was the shopkeepers, the people that sell commerce and stuff, were much lower on the totem pole than the makers. The makers were pretty high to royalty because they're the ones that are making the art or the poems or the music, and that sounds beautiful.
That's a beautiful society. Oh, flipperoo.
I like that flipperoo because yes, it's currently very much the opposite.
We are done here.
It's so hard, and there's so much music out there. It's so easy to be. It's actually really cool how easy it is to have your own little, you could get a little scarlet, what's the word I want? Oh gosh, my brain just went away.
Scarlet.
The interface, just like a little interface, and a computer and a mic, and you can pretty much
make an album.
And I think it's so cool how accessible it is, but that means there's so much more out there, and it's hard to get through, I think.
Big market. That's
big
for sure.
Market.
I saw some stat about how many songs are uploaded to streaming every day. Don't look at that.
I don't think
statistic.
I want to look at that.
Yeah. But, it's a time where we can do whatever we want.
Yeah. What
relatively
a positive way of looking
small
at it.
Money.
Yeah.
I have to do this to keep sane. That's what we have. But we just got to keep going.
Yeah.
And continue making songs.
And that goes back to it. I don't want to tell people to temper your expectations.
You can be honest here. This is a safe space.
I don't want to tell people
realism.
to temper their expectations because who knows? I could be totally wrong. The whole way things work could be completely changed. Do it for fun.
It is possible.
Do it for fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Making art for the sake of making art.
Yeah.
Basically.
I don't know.
It's a great answer.
I guess.
You're full of wisdom.
No.
You
yes.
and Sarah both. Just
We're so smart.
Starting this off with all the wise answers.
Wise words.
All
nice
right.
little plug.
Here's the next one. What's your favorite song to play live? And this can be anything.
It's so tough because there's so many different answers. Okay.
I'm excited to hear this.
I love playing No Vibes by Faye live. Sarah
song
wrote that
rocks.
song. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. I might be biased, but it is my favorite. It's one of my favorites. And when I say I'm biased, I didn't like Sarah wrote that song. I feel
sure
like that
contributed a lot to the
but
song
that tends to be true. Like if you asked her, she'd probably say one of my songs. We tend to just, I don't know, you tend to like other people's stuff more than your own. You're hypercritical of yourself. That was just fun to play live because that bass line and just getting to like do a noodly little guitar over
such a good
her bass lines.
Yeah.
Teeth is really fun to play because it's just a banger and it just feels good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I need to add a pick slide someday just to like fully lean into it. But I also have fun playing quad songs, playing keys again. Like I started on keys and piano way back when.
You're so good at keys.
Thank you.
Such a fan.
It's fun to play a lot of the quad songs and get to just like learn about. I've had to learn a lot about synths. For some reason, I feel like a lot of people think like, oh, you play keys, you could play a synth. And I'm like completely different beast.
Yo.
All these little knobs and noises
so many buttons.
and waves and all of that. But I'm starting to get an understanding of it and really appreciate it. And I kind of geek out about like just taking a sound and just manipulating it with a little knob. It's very nerdy.
That is so cool.
It's pretty fun.
You should do like a synth workshop because I play my little synth like a piano, like you're talking about.
I shouldn't do a synth workshop because I don't know.
No?
No.
You don't want another job?
I think if the person who I would go to, who I've actually asked for help from, would probably be Lisa in Bravo Pueblo.
Ooh.
She's like, to me, she's like synth queen.
I'm really hoping
or
to get her
Chrysia
on
and Patois
here one
counselors. God.
Chrysia.
So good.
So much talent.
So much.
Like,
so many talented, awesome women in our little scene.
I'm hoping to just continue with women on the show.
I think it's
for
cool.
as long as possible.
There's so many.
Yeah.
You have plenty.
Just keep going
Yeah.
through. Great answer.
Thank you.
And you must listen to all of the songs mentioned. No
Bravo
Vibes,
Pueblo.
Teeth.
I'm going to just name other bands.
Bravo. Yeah.
Sorry.
Chrysia. We'll just look up. We'll just mention everyone. What's your favorite venue to play in Charlotte?
Okay, so
I can't wait.
well, here's the thing.
We're on the edge of our seats.
I like how I happened to watch the interview with your first guest.
Did you actually watch it?
I watched the whole thing.
Thank you.
I loved it.
We got a view.
I loved it. I might have teared up a little bit. I thought it was really cool.
Sarah's charming.
Well, you both were. It was
You're
like
charming.
It was like sitting in a room with you guys. It was really special. But I liked her answer because it was very politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I agree with her. Petra's really has my heart right now. It just feels, I was thinking about this, like it feels like a living room show. You know what I mean? It just feels very comfortable and welcoming. Snug is really fun too, though, because Snug feels like a cool backyard party. You know what I mean?
It does.
It's just got that vibe. So probably those two are my mains.
It's so hard to pick.
I haven't played a show at Evening Muse in a while, but I do have a big soft spot in my heart for Evening Muse, just because they've been in the game for so long.
Forever.
Neighborhood theater is always really cool to play because you get to be on the big stage.
The big stage. We all want to play the big stage. Yeah.
But probably Petra's
I was about
right
to say,
now.
You still haven't picked one.
I guess
all of them.
I like them all for different reasons, I guess is my point. But at this stage in my life, a living room show is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I do a lot of living room Petra shows with a couple of backyard parties at Snug every once in a while.
You're doing the same thing Sarah did.
I know.
All
I said I liked her answer.
I see what
and
we're
I
doing.
stand by it.
Okay. Great answer.
Thank you.
Great answer. All right, the next one. First of all, you're a big inspiration for me quitting drinking. I just want to say thank you.
That'll make me cry.
Paving the way to not wrecking myself, checking myself.
Yeah.
The phrase goes.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Has sobriety changed anything about how you approach live shows and or songwriting?
Everything.
Everything.
As
I was even typing that, I was like, this isn't it.
You know. I
this
mean, I would
show.
I know. I'm assuming same for you. It completely changes everything.
It's a different world.
Such a different world. It took me a little while to get comfortable with it because alcohol can be liquid courage until it's not, but it was really, really hard to be comfortable just being. It feels very naked getting on a stage sober. It's just a completely different feeling, and it took me probably a year or two to get like comfortable with it. I even can tell a difference now. Like I think back to early Faye shows when I was drinking, and I probably bantered a lot more with Sarah, was more chatty, was more of a ham, more, just being silly, clowning it up. But that was not me. That was me on alcohol. And it's so different. Songwriting hasn't really changed that much, but live shows is a huge, huge change. And I like it better now. Yeah. I really like it better.
Big transition, but worth it.
It's so much more control over what I'm doing. And for me, quitting drinking was the beginning of a long path to just getting comfortable with myself, who I am as just me. Because for me, drinking was a lot of masking. It was kind of all wrapped up there. So it's really super supportive feeling and just amazing to really just, like I said, be nakedly me. Not like physically naked. That will never happen. Like I literally have a turtleneck and a sweater on right now. But just like nakedly just myself on a stage and like still be accepted is like, whew, that's some inner child healing shit going on right there.
It's a long road, but it seems like it kind of changes through time. I'm pretty fresh. How many years are you at now, if you don't mind me
asking? Just celebrated 6 years.
6 years.
First time on two hands, yeah.
Dang.
And I mean,
incredible.
It's continuously changing. I still struggle, not so much with, I'm never like, I really miss getting wasted.
Right.
I don't miss that, but there are times, there will always be things like it does. Sometimes especially with how prevalent alcohol is in our society, it's
everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's everything. It feels like every social gathering in any sense.
You start to really notice.
You really notice, and then you start to feel even more like an outlier. Like, oh, yeah, I probably won't be invited to the boozy brunch with the girls because that's just not who I am, and that's something you have to kind of get comfortable. There's just lots of different.
But you find new people that you have that in common with.
Exactly.
But thank you for talking openly about it.
Always.
Because I think that's really important, and you've inspired a lot of people. So thank you.
That makes me want to cry. That's the best. It's the best
feeling. It's heavy, but
it's the best feeling. Like that's the best gift of it. Is like if by me being out there about anything like that, if it helps anyone else in their time of darkness or whatever, God, that's the best. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And thank you for talking about it.
Yeah.
All right, next question. If you could send a message to your younger self about your music career, what would you say?
Oh my gosh. I've thought about this a lot. I've had moments at practice or on stage where I think about like 13-year-old me and I'm like, can you believe this? This is so cool. Because I was such a nerd. I was such a dork. I mean, I was a dork who played classical piano.
That's not dorky.
And flute.
That's amazing.
It's pretty dorky. Back in my day, it was pretty dorky.
Flute was all the cool kids.
Was it?
At my school,
I wanted trumpet.
I was a trumpet player, and
I
that was
wanted
like
trumpet.
dweeby.
No.
Flute. The cool girls, the pretty girls, played flute in my
I was
world.
not that.
Yeah.
I was not a cool girl. I was a big old dorky nerd, who played music and really loved music from when I was little. And I grew up with my parents always listened to really good music, all different types of music, you know, classical, jazz, rock, all of it. But I don't know. Anyway, I am digressing. I just cannot believe.
All that.
Huh?
I needed all that information.
I've always thought being a musician just seems so cool. Being on stage just seemed cool. Writing music just seemed cool. And honestly, it was more so just men doing it. And
those men.
I know. And I remember like Sarah and I starting out with Faye and just being like, let's be women and do like, let's do this. And that's the part that I'm like, that's so cool that I get to do this. I still have moments like playing guitar feels like the coolest thing in the world.
I know. The fact that you can pick it up and actually play it. I think about that.
It's the best thing in the world when you have a moment and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just playing a guitar.
Look
in
at me.
A band. Like,
I feel the same way.
I don't have any advice I'd give my younger self. Maybe don't drink.
Yeah. But they wouldn't listen.
But I also like everything in my, like, it's all been a journey to get me here. So,
yeah.
I don't know. No advice.
It's
no
hard.
Notes.
It's really, really hard. Yeah. Because we don't, if you regret something, you wouldn't be where you are now. You needed all of that to happen.
I think it would be so cool to be able to time travel and just like for a day, just like I just want to see what this path would feel like. But then you could jump back.
Right. As long as it's safe.
Just to see.
No Back to the Future rules.
I don't want to mess with anything.
Mm-mm. We could have a whole time travel episode. That's my favorite topic of discussion. We could have a whole
conspiracy episode. You, Sarah, and I could probably talk about conspiracy theories.
We discussed a View style. Like, we should have, like, a panel.
Ooh.
And we could just, like, the three of us would just talk about stuff. I don't know. I'd like to watch that. I don't know if other people would. But
100% watch that.
All right. Great answer. Again, thank you so much.
I think I'm acing this test.
You're doing a wonderful job. What are some of the biggest challenges you've faced as a musician, and how have you overcome them?
Confidence. Self-esteem.
How do you get that?
I don't know yet.
Yeah. You seem like you have it.
I don't. I think getting older, I guess just getting older. I hate when people say that, but it just seems true. As you get older, you care less, but
I'm waiting for that
to
happen.
I haven't fully gotten there yet.
That's what everyone says. But
I know.
It does get less.
It gets less. Confident. Like, that seems really hard to me. Being confident and remembering why you started in the first place. Like, I started doing this for fun and to be creative and as an outlet and to fill that black hole. And then when I got so much in the perfectionist business mindset of it, it just ruined it for me.
It's like
it just
the fun
wasn't
out of it.
Fun. It's just not fun. It becomes a job. Like, I'm always impressed by other musicians who do, I don't know, all sorts of stuff like talk shows.
Thank you for joining us on Moxie TV Talks.
And all of that stuff. I'm impressed. I'm impressed that, like, supremely impressed that you can do all of that, because that's tough. It's tough to be
a content. We do it with each other. It's help.
Right. But being a content creator and a musician and a performer, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
It takes a lot of time. So.
And we all have to do all of those things.
Yep.
If you're going to be a musician, unfortunately, it comes along with all those other...
Content creation is a big part of it. And I'm not great at it.
You're mysterious, though. And I think that's cooler than making a bunch of content.
We'll
You're a
see.
mysterious songwriter, and like, what is she up to? It creates this air of mystery that I enjoy
I like
as a
that.
fan.
Yeah, that's on purpose. It's not. I just don't know what to say.
You're amazing. All right, I'll just hit you with a few more questions.
Okay.
Other than music, what are your top 2 activities?
Top 2 is tough. Hiking, nature stuff, like hiking.
Great pick.
Big.
Mm-hmm.
Big. That's like my ritual. That's a big ritual for me. And hiking with me is like, sorry, it's slow because I'm going to look at every mushroom, every
I was about
plant.
to say, are you a slow hiker or
Yes,
a fast hiker?
because I look at everything. I might hug a tree. Sorry.
You have to hug the
Former
trees.
hippie might hug a tree.
Do you think that fuels your songwriting?
I don't know. I just see big trees and I'm like, look at you, Grandpa. I don't know. And probably that and illustrating. I really like illustrating and working on art.
You're very talented. I love all of your doodles.
Thank you. More to come.
Amazing. And you should get a commission. Do you still do that? Do you do commissions? Let's put that on
You
here.
should not get a commission.
Maybe she will draw you something.
Maybe.
If you ask very nicely.
I'm trying to say yes less, so I have more time to myself.
It's a good chance for you to practice no.
It's funny because I have a commission in my car to give to someone right now. So
to do a delivery?
Mm-hmm.
You do so many things. Right. Thank you for being here. First of all, you're in an amazing interview. This has been such a good time. Thank you for being here. So tell us where we can find you online, any shows coming up, any songs you're working on. I know you were talking about a solo project, possibly.
Yes, solo project, maybe another project with 2 other amazing, talented women someday. I don't know.
Are you talking about what I think you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't forgotten.
I haven't forgotten.
It's still on my mind.
Same. I still
Who's
have songs
going to be the
for
one
it.
to lead it, though?
I'm waiting for Sarah to have more time.
Okay. So Sarah is going to lead the project. And
No, I can. I don't know.
Are you going to lead it?
Maybe we can be a like a try, like like all
we
lead.
all lead it.
We all lead. We all lead. Faye's band on Instagram, Facebook, all of that.
Great band.
What is the quad handle? Oh, I should have.
Quad is real.
Quad is real.
I know
Thank you. Terrible band member.
You're the best band member, and they're so they should be so happy to have you.
Those are the only 2 I can think of right now. We do have a really cool show. I don't know when this is going to air, but we do have a really cool show coming up this Tuesday, which is April 23rd, at Winthrop College in a gymnasium.
Oh, that's so cool.
Because the class did a music video for us, and it's going to be the world premiere of the music video, and I'm so excited.
That's the coolest gig I've ever heard of.
I'm so excited.
That's amazing.
So that's coming up. Faye is probably going to be recording a little EP soon. Possibly a tour
How many
in
tracks
October.
on that?
Just 2.
All right.
Just 2.
Brand new songs?
Brand new songs. Possibly a Midwest tour in October.
Very exciting.
And Quad has a show coming up on May 1st. Yeah.
I just saw that. Where's that Quad show?
Snug.
Very nice.
With secret guests.
That's what it was. I knew it was someone I knew, and I was excited about it.
That should be a fun one. Wednesday night, but fun.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being part of this. Everyone go check out all of the things that were just mentioned, and hopefully I will list them below.
Yes,
We will
please do,
see
because I didn't do a
what
good job of
happens.
listing them verbally.
Thank you for joining Moxie TV Talks. This is Susan Plante. She's amazing. Please go find her online. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.